It's Pack PBA Day here at Lincoln, Nebraska, as the Cornhuskers get set to host the 18-1 and number 12 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes for a big-time Big Ten battle here on Big Ten Plus. Welcome courtside, everybody. Jacob Schrontz here with Justice Rohde, and Arden Lockheim will join us in just a bit. And Justice, this Nebraska team, they've been led by Britt Prince during this winning streak, and she has been balling as of late. Jacob Schrontz alongside Max Meyer and Bridger Cruz will join us as well. And Max, this recent game in Omaha, the Huskers really gave up a lot of three-pointers in their first loss of the season. Welcome courtside, everybody. Jake Schrontz alongside Justice Rohde. Olivia Davenport will join us as well. And Justice, this Nebraska team is coming into this season for the second time in the last 3 seasons in the preseason top 25. A lot of returning talent highlighted by Alexis Markowski.
Yeah, a lot of returning talent.
Lemula thought about the jumper. Now under 10 on the shot clock. Madison Green out to Theory. She steps back and connects. What a shot from Taylor Theory. 11 points for Allison Widener. It's been over 680 days since she played a regular season basketball game. Here's Nisley with the steal and the score and the foul. Less than 4 minutes to go. Need to make up at least 8 points here for the home team Huskers. Prince, strong drive to the right side. Drive and kick for Nisley. Petrie with the cross. Gets down low. Now up top to Moriarty over 2 defenders. Britt Prince, the cross. Sure goes behind the back. Good pressure, though. Potts drives right down the lane, off the window and down. And one for Natalie Potts, and she's got a chance for a three-point play.
Right, and Potts poke.
Huskers all over the basketball. Here's a 2-on-1 against Grace Cave. Widener goes through contact and one. What a finish from Allison Widener. Long jumper from Green, didn't even hit any iron.
Now they have to get a bucket here. Find a way to get in the lane and cut this one down.
Petrie, entry pass for Markowski. She gets fouled and one. They get it to Green as the buzzer sounds. The shot goes. Now they come in down 2 to Nebraska here in Lincoln. We'll see if they've got another second half comeback effort in them to advance to 19-1 on the season. Strong effort in the first half by Nebraska. They win the turnover battle 9-5 as they look to keep the defensive pressure up against Ohio State. Opening inbound to Jelani Cambridge, whose scoreless first half really kept Nebraska up in front. We'll see if the aggression with Cambridge increases in this second half.
Yeah, look at this zone. You could just see that Prince is going to be the one tail on the top.
Chance Gray launches a mid-range and knocks it down. An inefficient first half for Chance Gray, but that's her second made field goal.
Yeah, you can see right away busting the zone was Ohio State, and they've really ramped up that pressure.
Huskers get it across half court quickly. Hake launches and hits.
And you can see that anytime that you can break the press, you're going to get a 2-on-1 on the backside. Hake makes a good decision, sees all the space, stops and pops, and again, they remain torrid from beyond the three-point line.
7th made 3 in this game for Nebraska. They made 16 of them on Monday, a program record in this building. Kick ball against Britt Prince, and we'll have another inbound here on the right side.
You could see that Nebraska wants to use their length in this zone, really stretch out horizontally and try to make Ohio State play laterally.
Cambridge gets by Markowski, kicks it out to Theory. Inside pass, tipped away by Markowski. 10 seconds on the shot clock as this Nebraska defense continues to make things difficult.
Yeah, they're talking defensively. Great backside rotation by Markowski to get in the passing lane. Again, the length is making things difficult. You can see that horizontally is Ohio State's having trouble getting to the bucket.
McMahon, strong take, a little bit too strong though. Nebraska could advance on this three-point lead here on this possession. Nisley fakes the 3. Nebraska loves to chuck him up from downtown. Already have taken 21 from beyond the arc here today. Nisley will take another. Good rebound by Petrie. Back outside to Britt Prince. Trying to get it back in the hands of Petrie. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Scrambling defense from Cambridge. Looks like they will have a jump ball. Officials ready to discuss, and now they'll change it to a shot clock violation.
Yeah, I think that's a good call there. Nobody had possession of the ball, and by rule, the shot clock ran out, and so they'll have a shot clock violation there. And for Nebraska, that was the thing is they were able to move the ball around, but again, great pressure by Ohio State, just making things difficult in the passing lanes.
The absence of Jelani Cambridge's offense has been massive for Ohio State. She's had 20 or more multiple times in the month of January, but that time the shot goes from Cody McMahon.
Yeah, that's the second time Ohio State's gone to that set where they run a lift to the backside and then they just run McMahon right underneath the help defender. It's a great zone buster, and they've gotten 2 layups off of it.
Prince off the jab step. Back rim. Huskers trying to grab a second chance. They do with Petrie. Down low, Nisley fakes the floater. Got bumped and fouled. That's Asia Petty getting credited with the foul there.
And you could see Nebraska playing with their head up, always looking for the extra pass or an extra shot that they can find in and around the rim. And right there, Petty stuck her hip out as Nisley was trying to create a driving lane, and that's where the blocking foul was assessed. Again, great ball movement. You could just see Petty kind of stick that leg out on the end of it.
Nice fake by Prince. Gets inside. Tough floater is up and in. How about that finish from Britt Prince?
Yeah, she's tough to play when she's within 18 feet. So many head fakes and different finishes she can get to. It's a tough guard.
Theory again, and that's in there once again for Taylor Theory. 15 points now on the game.
Yeah, she's giving them a big lift offensively. We talked about they needed a source of offense, and they're finding it right now.
Tied up at 43, tipped out by Ohio State. So Nebraska will maintain possession. Taylor Theory put up 20 points on 10 shots in a win against Oregon earlier this month. That was her only 20-point game of the season, but quickly she's approaching that total here today. Petrie up and under and fits it in there.
Yeah, that's a tough angle, but again, using the rim as her friend against a tough shot blocker. And Cody McMahon using her physicality, and right there, Petrie carved out an angle and made a tough reverse layup.
7 minutes left, third quarter. Over the top for Petty, and they call a blocking foul as Petrie tried to fill the lane.
A good call. Petrie was late arriving there. Petty kept it high. Did a good job right there because if she would have brought it a little bit lower, she probably could have been called for an offensive foul for maybe ducking the shoulder, but instead keeps the hands high on the catch, right where she could catch it and go back up with it, and that's a pretty easy call there. Good call by our officiating crew. I think they've done a really good job tonight.
Cody McMahon trying to lace up the Kobe's before we get back to game action. McMahon today, 6 points on 8 shots, 6 boards, a couple of turnovers as well.
And she's battled.
The fans here trying to complain about McMahon taking quite a while to lace up this sneaker.
Well, again, sometimes it's just hard to tie her shoes. She's trying to go for the old double knot, and, it's tough sometimes. I think the fans need to be more understanding that, just sometimes, your fingers just get a little bit fudged around the laces, and it's hard to just get it tied.
Trying to tie your shoes with thousands watching. Not an easy thing to do.
A lot of pressure.
McMahon quickly up and under, and she has another easy deuce. So Febris operates over to the left side. Didn't play last game against Lindenwood for Kansas City, but she draws some early minutes here today. Bennett tries to get baseline and shuffled her feet for another Kansas City turnover. Still 5-2, almost halfway through the first quarter.
And you mentioned Alyssa Febris, who just checked into the game, the 5'5 freshman out of New York. She averaged over 18 points in high school. She once scored 55 points in a single game back in high school. She was also an 1,000-point scorer back in the day. Good pickup for this Kansas City squad.
Tipped out and stays Nebraska basketball. And they're certainly looking for Febris's offense to translate early on. Mentioned earlier in the open, the offense has really struggled for Kansas City. They average less than 60 points per game. That's last in the entire Summit League. As Prince is able to get to the left side, Euro step, floater up, and good.
Wow. Nice take by Britt Prince, just using that IQ to get with a nice little Euro step, 1-2 with the left to the right, and float it up and in for Nebraska 2 to extend their lead up to 5.
Prince with 4 of Nebraska's 7 points to start it off, and she's got a breakaway now. Britt Prince lays it up and in. 6 points early for the Nebraska native Britt Prince.
And this is what we're going to see a lot of this Nebraska squad this season. A lot of action with Britt Prince getting the basketball. She can create with the offensive end going with the pass, but she can also get the defensive end going as well, picking up that steal in transition for 2.
Left side Contreras thought about that long 3, but she'll take Moriarty off the dribble. Tough mid-range jumper, rattles out. Just hit off the side of the rim as here comes Moriarty now on offense. Markowski, entry pass to Petrie, who just catches it up high. Here's Callan Hake once again, rings around and out. Loose ball tipped out of bounds, and Nebraska will maintain possession with a couple of substitutions coming in.
Yeah, nice attempt there by Petrie to go in, and Britt Prince might have gotten a little bit of a late touch there, but they'll say it was out on the roof. It looked like it might have been Chloe Dallas picking up that late touch. And keep the ball down here on this end with Nebraska. So we got a couple substitutions here as well.
A couple newcomers in Birdie Rimdahl and Amaya Hargrove stepping onto the court for the Huskers as they lead by 7 in the first quarter. Markowski unable to extend that lead right there with that shot. Hustle play under the rim. Rimdahl through traffic, nearly lost the basketball. Huskers have to reset. Hake will launch and hit.
That's a nice take from Callan Hake. She's now 2 of 3 from beyond the arc tonight. A 7-0 run over the last minute and a half.
Callan Hake coming into tonight only made 3 3-pointers all year. She had 5 games last season where she made 3 or more. As a nice job knifing to the rim, that time by Bennett for a bucket.
Imani Bennett slowing this Nebraska crowd down a little bit, taking it right inside at Markowski and getting that one to fall. And now a steal by the Roos on the defensive end.
And Chloe Dallas coming in to make that steal, kind of a double team inside against Markowski. As Kansas City looks to cut into this deficit, and once again, Imani Bennett rising up for 2. Bennett's scoring has jumped almost 4 points per game from last season, despite that ugly 35% field goal percentage this year. Layup from Rimdahl will fall through, and it's a 14-6 start.
Yeah, Rimdahl's averaging 9 points a game for this Husker squad. Gets a nice pump fake on the outside and dribbles it right in down that baseline again. We've seen that a few times from Nebraska already. Getting that ball on the outer wing and hitting a nice pump fake and driving right down the baseline.
Now we have a turnover and I believe an offensive foul as Ilani Bennett tried to screen for her twin sister Imani on the left wing, but we'll take another look at this layup from Rimdahl.
That's a nice play by Rimdahl. Again, getting down low, getting inside, and just using that glass to put it in. Huskers extend their lead up to 8.
2 for 3 from downtown, all of them from Callan Hake early on in this first quarter. Nebraska leads it 14-6 here on Big Ten Plus.